Hey dolls, welcome to another StarrStruck interview with me, Adam Starr. Today I am chatting with the legendary, the award-winning Stephen Mear. And I couldn't be more excited. I have writ out my questions 4 or 5 times. I've gone on tangents about one thing, then changed it to another. So now I've got my staple questions. I hope I get to get them all in. And yeah, just a lot of questions. Stephen's doing some incredible things. Like, he's been a dancer himself. He started off whilst he was training, he was in 42nd Street, the original London cast. Well, 3 months in. Evita, some like hot... a plethora of things. And then he's this choreographer that's done everything Broadway. He's done incredible things. And I cannot believe he's here with me now. And he's going to let me chat to him. It's so exciting. So I'm going to add Mr. Stephen Mear into the conversation. A real chitty chat away. I am so excited. Show me Dame Stephen Mear.
Hi.
How are you, Stephen?
Good, thank you. Very well, thank you.
Stephen, I could burst that you're doing this with me today. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
How are you? You well?
Good, thank you, lovely. Very well, thank
you. Good. Should we jump straight in then, Stephen?
Go on, go for it.
Stephen, what was the first show that you ever saw live?
Live was Imelda Staunton playing Edith Piaf in Nottingham when I was at college, at school in Loughborough, yeah.
And did you have the bug before, or was that the start of it?
That was, no, I always used to love watching films with my mum and all the buzz, all the old MGMs on a Sunday with your mum, and I loved all it. And of course I was tapping from the age of 3. So,
What was can you remember the first time that you ever performed on your own? Was it at the dance school, or was it a family party?
It was at the dance school, definitely at the dance school, doing my, I think it was bronze medal tap at the age of 3. I think I was then. It was ridiculous. But
Can you remember the song, Stephen?
No, I can't actually. I really can't.
And what was your first professional job?
My first professional job was pantomime. Pantomime with Sandra Dixon and Peter Davison, Tunbridge Wells, Cinderella. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, pantomime is the staple of anything.
Yeah.
Stephen, one of the first shows that you did, when you were training at college, at your university, drama school, you were in 2 shows. One of them was 42nd Street.
Yes.
And the other one was Evita.
Yeah, end of my yeah.
For a mom who is, as people who know you know, who was so supportive of you, on that first night of Evita, when you took your bow, she must be so proud, Stephen.
Yeah, she was. God bless her. She really was. The best thing was my dad, God bless him, who's not with me now. But he never used to come and see me dance much. He was he had money from being a weightlifter years ago. So, and nothing he wasn't interested. But he said to me on the first night of Evita, "Oh, I'm so proud." And that meant more than anybody, because my mum would say if I fell on my arse. But whereas my dad saying it, his was just amazing. So yeah.
Completely, I completely get it. It's the with similar to my dad, it's the black and white. It's the da. Being in Evita and that original creation by Hal Prince and that incredible choreography. What were some of the standout bits that you got to do?
God, I got to be the soldiers. I love being the soldiers. I got to be a choir boy. I got to be the money holder in Money.
There we go.
Money. So there was loads of things I love. I just could not believe I was at college and in the West End. So I was having a double whammy learning my craft, which was just amazing,
And then another show that you did with the original Evita, which was Dame Elaine Page, was an incredible production.
Yeah, I wasn't in the original Evita. I was in it 6 year. Sorry, that's right. Yeah.
No, I was about Anything Goes.
Oh, Anything Goes. Yeah. Sorry, I apologise.
Stephen, don't worry, Dom. So Stephen also did with the original Evita, Elaine Page. With her, you did that incredible production of Anything Goes.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it like performing? Was it your first Raw Variety?
No, 42nd Street was my first Raw Variety. We did 3 numbers when from 42nd Street when I was in there. So that was great. But no, I don't think I actually think I'd left just as they did the Royal Variety for some reason. I think I just left. But we've done like the Oliviers and all that stuff. We've done those. It was wonderful. Lovely show.
So being Anything Goes and being with such, I mean, the cast was huge. It's so exciting. Was there one particular memory that you have from that particular production? I mean, there's that gorgeous picture with you and Elaine, and it's just stunning. But is there any other little things that you can remember that so vividly?
I just remember two things actually. I remember the floor being polished and not cleaned. So they polished it. So all these white sailors come on in white. We went down like Skittles. And everybody said, keep going, keep going. Elaine came down the stairs, did a little slip and she went, stop, curtain came in. We'd already hit the deck by that point. And then the other one was dancing next to Jackie Boatson. We partnered each other and I tap danced with her. And we did a duet. And because I'm a strong tapper, for some godforsaken reason, I went off on the wrong foot and did the whole thing on the other foot, but still danced with her. And everybody swore blind she'd gone wrong. So that was two things I remember from that. So
I mean, Stephen, some of the things that you've been a part of looking through, it's incredible. I mean, for me, even somebody who, I mean, I wasn't about when it was on, but that incredible, and I mean this incredible, well-renowned production of Follies. It was,
yes,
with all those incredible people. But my first question is, I need to know a little story about you going to have tea at the Savoy with Anne Miller and Eartha Kitt.
Yeah, I mean, I joined in the second cast when Eartha joined, and all those lovely people like Millie Martin. We joined, and they were doing Sugar Babies, and of course I've been obsessed with Anne Miller for ages. I was at the stage door and someone said, Anne Miller's just brought this letter in for Eartha. Me being a pushy Corey, and said, oh, do you mind if I take it upstairs to knocked on the door? Eartha, I'm mad about it. And you know, she was so, and we always used to go to she'd take turns going to the gym with her. And one day she said, Stephen, we'll go to the gym tomorrow, but dress smart because we'll go for tea first and then we'll go to the gym or after. So anyway, we went smart, she took me to Savoy and arranged to have tea with Anne Miller and her. I hardly strung two lines together. I was rubbish, but it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Things like that. It's that tradition of the theatre, and it's so important. It's incredible. That incredible production that was made. What was your fondest memory of watching in the wings? Because I would have not have left the side of the stage. I just watched everything.
Follies, watching Julia McKenzie do Losing My Mind, because the breakdown that she had was, for me, I could never work out how she had that so much emotion watching that from the wings. And I used to watch every night. And some of the old queens in the company used to be really mean to me, saying, oh, God, you're always in the wings watching. What do you think you're going to do? You'll always be a chorus boy. And where are they now? That's all I'm going to say. But at the time, I was really upset by it. But I just used to love watching, you know, all these fabulous stars from the wings.
I mean, Stephen, it's the same when I've dressed. There's some bits where I'll literally rush to do something so I can watch this thing unfold, because it is amazing. The closest you're going to get. It is just brilliant. And you, again, the things that you've done in your early career are, I mean, incredible. And then we go on to your choreography. Oh my good Lord. Stephen, The Little Mermaid, you were my Broadway debut. I went with my college, and we went to see it, and I was so excited. A little bit miffed that the cast had changed. I thought that it was always the same, but obviously it wasn't. So we had Faith Prince on, but it was absolutely beautiful.
I love Faith, yeah.
Joy. What I want to know is, Stephen, when you are choreographing a show like The Little Mermaid, for example, one of the main things I remember about that show really vividly, being that young kid in that big, massive Broadway house, was under the sea. So how do you choreograph that, as well as these spinny things and then the costumes?
Well, when we did the rehearsals, all the prototypes were sensational, and we did all that. And, you know, Sierra was already a skater, so she was sensational. But then we had these two columns designed with arms in that people flew around. So the whole number was based around these two columns. This was a big learning curve, because those columns didn't come on a couple of times a week. And we had to get people from Canada to come and fix them. They were great when they were on, and it looked amazing. But when you base a number around them, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot. It was a big learning curve. But I mean, we still had plan B, but it's not the same as seeing the whole thing. They did break down a lot. So that was slightly frustrating.
It was like, do you remember those in the 90s, those toys that you pull and they spin? It was like that.
It was amazing. I mean, the whole thing was amazing. So great to be part of that.
It was a visual eye candy. It was brilliant. And I especially loved, there was a particular bit, I love the song that was not in the original film, which is She's in Love.
Oh, with the Mear sisters.
Oh, and all the arms.
I love that number. That's probably one of my favourite numbers in the show.
I just loved it. And then obviously a massive juggernaut, which was the set and the big Disney-fied. So how was it your idea for the wheelie boots?
Yes, because they wanted to do wires at first. And I thought, well, I'm the wrong choreographer. I don't know anything about that. But seriously, I was walking through Disney with my relatives and they must have just come out that week. This little kid came whizzing by me. So I'm chasing this kid through Disney, which isn't. I grabbed his mum and dad and said, "What is your child wearing?" They went, "Oh, these are brand new." And I took a photo and showed them to Disney. And we all had our own Mear blades, as we called them, made.
It is. I mean, for a Broadway day, for my first Broadway show, it was everything you wanted and more.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was stunning. Again, jumping all over the place, but again, another show that I adored, which is Sunset Boulevard with Glenn Close.
I know. I sometimes have to pinch myself. Don't worry, I'm the same. You sit there and you think, oh, I can't believe I'm 1 minute with her and then 1 minute with Imelda and, and all these people. And they are, I often find the nicest people are the most talented.
Yeah, completely. But it's that. What I love about your choreography, Stephen, and it's hard to say when you're looking at you, but it's your inclusivity. It's the way that all different shapes and sizes, everything has a character, everything has a purpose. And for someone like me, who used to get thrown out of ballet for eating a bacon sandwich on a Monday morning, he loved that inclusivity. So especially when it comes to Sunset Boulevard, they're all beautiful. And my favourite number in that show was This Time Next Year.
Oh,
brilliant.
Beautiful. I mean, and she was just a dream to work with. I have nothing, and Michael, they were all, it was just wonderful to be part of. And then when you're told you're going to Broadway with it, you go, oh, okay, then I'm not going to say no. But yeah, it's just brilliant. It was just fabulous.
It is. And so when a show is picked up to go to Broadway, are you automatically going with it? There's no question.
No, it doesn't always automatically go. Depends how much you're doing it. If it's more staging, they could probably say, look, we could use an American. It depends who fights for you, I think. If the director fights or the producers fight, you go with it,
It's just, again, for someone who loves the theatre, one of the main things that I remember is her walking down the staircase and shouting, "Shut up." And it used to cut the... Oh God, I'm actually intimidated. Again, a question for you, and Gypsy. I could do 2 hours just on this, Stephen. Your choreography, the show. But my question is to you, and it's your opinion. So Rose is so obsessed with making Louise a star. Why is it in Rose's turn that she strips? Is she mimicking?
She doesn't know. No, but she doesn't actually strip. You see, we didn't do a proper strip.
You didn't.
She pretends to do it. And the reason she gets... This is a good thing, actually, because when we did it originally, Imelda didn't want to move and just stand there, and all that music just went for nothing. And Sondheim came to me after the first proving and said she's got to do more, and I'd already been trying to push, but Imelda's a genius, and you thought, well, let's let her go. And then he went to, and we put movement in, but we didn't do the big dance like they normally do. She does it, but then she gets so upset that she can actually do it. She knows she can and could do it brilliant. That's what starts the breakdown. That she's so disgusted with herself at the same time as wanting to be that famous. So that's what causes that breakdown. It's really brilliant, when you put it together. And does it. You go, oh my God.
I am so lucky to, especially this time, the last 10 years, there was a time where I'd never seen Gypsy or Dreamgirls or Funny Girl, and they've all come back. Yeah. But looking at Gypsy, and there is the other performances that have been done at Rosie's turn, it's a strip, so I never understood it. But watching yours, I remember that it was almost like the glove bit she was mimicking. She was taking the
She
piss.
hated it. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was, and she just found it disgusting. She just wanted to wash her hands, really. That she could do it, and she was like, "Ugh," you know. But that's what made her so brilliant. And I'd go in her dressing room at the end, and bless her, she would always look like she'd been thrown against the wall or put in a washing machine, and she just sat there like this. I mean, she had no life. She'd go home. I mean, she's a real, and she makes your company. You're her family. You know, you're her fact. She's a great leader of the show, and boy, but they all did. Laura Pulver blew my mind as well in that.
Yeah, it is. It was,
and Dan Burton. I mean, they were all great. I mean, I got to do a fabulous dance routine with him, and it was the first time it didn't have to be done with Jerome's choreography.
Yes, I was about to ask
that.
The
only thing they asked for was the strippers' number to be similar because we fought them. Sometimes helped us fight, and the trenches. But they had material to go through. We didn't, so we did it a different way. But the trenches are there anyway. So, and the stripper says what it does on the tin, kind of thing, you know. But
I mean, it's that moment where the tension is broken and it's fun and it's sexy, but a little bit. Oh, it's just I could talk for hours. It was brilliant.
It was from the first read through. You know, when you sit in a room and I just thought my hairs on my arms were up, just watching him out, and Laura just. It was like I've been doing it for weeks and going full out and I just thought, oh, I think I might be in a hit before I do anything, before I even move anything. But I said, step will change. And you don't want to say anything in case it's shit, because there's times it's gone the opposite in shows when I thought we're in a hit and okay.
Cheers. It was got to the point where there was no talk of it coming to the West End yet. Well, it probably already was, but not to the general public, Stephen. So I drove for like 4 days from Wolverhampton to Chichester, and I watched it twice in one day, and then watched it in West End. It was just, it was one of the times in the theatre where I thought, oh, I'm so lucky to be here, and with these people that get it, brilliant.
I mean, I do. I mean, I always think I'm lucky to be there, you know. So, but then I do love it in Chichester, but it's meant to be in a proscenium, that show. So when we did go Savoy, I felt that was home.
Definitely. With the another song that I love, again, it's the Broadway. It's just it's so strange because I was speaking to oh my gosh, Gemma Sutton about playing Baby June. And it's like, again, she had to put on that she was singing bad. And there's a bit where it comes where you're doing choreography that Rose has set, where it has to be a little bit tongue in cheek and wrong arms. Brilliant.
Oh yeah. And Kane's dropping and things. I mean, actually, because I'd done Acorn Antiques and other things, I thought, oh God, all I seem to do is do bad choreography. So, and actually, I have to tell you this, I did make the tap routine a bit harder. And Imelda came to me and I thought, oh, she's going to say something. And she said, look, Stephen, it's brilliant. And, you know, but I just think it's more classy Stephen than rubbish, you know, Mama Rose. And she was totally right. And I just changed things and got people to drop out and things, and it worked perfect. But she was totally right.
Yeah, it is, and it's just that. And I think that shows, I think that shows, Stephen, that you are so, people appreciate you so much, and the respect that she must have had to have gone, listen, it's brilliant, but I mean,
the same with her, going to her and saying, I disagree, Imelda. I think you do need to move, or not do a dance, but just do those hits. And, you know, and she was up, you know, because I know her well as well.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And that incredible dance routine, which was All I Need Now Is the Girl.
Oh, yeah, with Dan. And if you ever watch it, I mean, apart from he is amazing and great to work on, because I know him so well. But Laura Pulver watching it.
Oh, no.
With filming of it, her watching it is breathtaking for me. She does not leave her eye. I mean, it's just wonderful.
So take me to, just one last question about Gypsy. Take me to that Zitz probe and the first time that the overture started. How did it feel?
I mean, we were just hysterical. As you can just imagine. And then Imelda just whamming it out of the ballpark again. You know, it was just fabulous. It was a joy to be part of, and it was something you never forget.
Never. And luckily, there's a DVD.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Because then it can live on forever. Mary Poppins.
Yes.
Brilliant. I mean, it's incredible. And what obviously you and Matthew Bourne shared the choreography. But the question, what I think, for someone who loved the movie, and Stephen, before you even touched it, the the anticipation for supercalifragilistic
Yeah.
was intense. But what you did with that number, you and Matthew, I don't know how it worked, but that number that was
Yeah, yeah.
that you pair did, or you yourself did, you made everybody forget the original and see it for a brand new number, a brand new song. It was brilliant. Where did the inspiration
Well,
come from?
that's because my partner's deaf, Mark.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd seen how he teaches hearing people and how he communicates, and it's such a big part. And I was desperate to put some signing. I'm a shit signer, but I was desperate to put some signing into the show. I was desperate to get, and we just and I think Matthew might say, well, the obviously one is, and of course, and I'm dyslexic, so I could never bloody spell it. So we had all the letters were on the thing. But yeah, so and then we kind of did the S like you're supposed to, but it was too small, so we did Mary Poppins. We did party and things like, and the F, but we do it there, and things. But we built it, and it got faster, and we thought, oh my God. The company were having a breakdown, but we thought we're never going to teach the kids. Kids got it in one day because it was a game.
Right.
And so,
exactly.
and of course it gets faster and faster till you nearly explode. It was just a brilliant thing we put together, so it was nice.
But I think that's such to the creators, to you and Matthew, that number again, it was before it's so well known now. That song is so well known by the choreography that was done.
I'm so proud of it, especially for the deaf community, because I get so many letters from them and things. But it's great because it just goes to prove through dance you can communicate through movement without, even having to sing it. Sometimes you could do that, and you know what people are going to do. Now.
Exactly, and like theatre is for everybody, and that is what you did is just brilliant. And what I think is so incredible about that number is that you really did change that number. And it's a very big thing to say, but people now, I don't think of what she did and on bangs and banging a drum. I think of SUPE up that incredible number.
Thank you.
Oh God, Stephen, I could talk. I don't understand. I've edited and edited all day. Which is a beast work, I have to say, is my favourite soundtrack ever. I've never got to see it live. I wanted to.
Oh, it's a fabulous show.
It was. I was telling Caroline and Sheen, I watched the thing on ITV, which was like the making of it, and I was like, "Mom, please take me," and she was like, "No," but she went and saw it. I think she saw it at the Prince of Wales, but she saw it. One of my favourite, and will always be my favourite ensemble numbers, is Dirty Laundry. without
I love that.
a shadow of a doubt. So obviously, it was. So how did it work? So Bob Avian and you were the
Bob did it. He did I mean, he was there as a security blanket. I mean, he's God and the most wonderful man to work with, and guided me beautifully. But he had to go back. I think his mum was ill or somebody back. So I did like Dirty Laundry. He'd never seen it, but I did what I added into it was that circle that they do in Follies, in our original Follies that he choreographed. So I put that in just to tip my hat to Bob because he's one of the choreographers. And he came back, and when he saw it, he just turned to the company and went, "One of the best pieces of choreography I've ever choreographed." And they all cheered and clapped. But yeah, he was just a genius to work with, my God. And, when you're working with Cameron, I was young, I couldn't say no, or I was just wanting to please. And so was John and Dana and the director, Eric. We all wanted to please because it was our first time. Whereas Bob could say, I remember him saying to Cameron one day when he'd had a go at me, saying he looked like a chorus line or something. And he said to Cameron, actually, Stephen's a better choreographer than you. Which was amazing because I had this security blanket of Bob Avian. So yeah.
Whilst you were burying yourself in your handbag.
Yeah, I was just scared. Shitless. I just wanted to do a good job for Cameron,
Yeah. I mean, the things that you touch are just gold. I mean, that particular production is, the cast, first of all, but also the numbers, like Dance with the Devil. It is hilarious.
But it was, and once again, all shapes and sizes. I mean, we've got people in their 70s, I think something like Scarlett, who was 16 or 17 at the time. And all shapes and sizes. And Sean Hens, just brilliant people, amazing, that were great triple threats, But Ian McShane was the original one.
Yeah.
Peters, who was for me amazing, the best ever. He was the best because he was, you know, every man, dog, cat, everybody fancied him because he was so sexy and he was a real showman for me, and he was
Yeah.
by far the best for me.
I think it's just brilliant. So when it comes to, again, this is a question about like being a choreographer. When it comes to setting a song like Dirty Laundry,
Yeah.
are you shown the set? Are you shown the number? How does it work?
Well, we go through. We actually they flew us to Miami to Bob Avian's place for a week to sit and work it all out. And
Oh, it's such a life, isn't it,
I know,
Stephen?
and of course, I didn't know what had hit me, and I was going first class, you know. But so we sat with Dana, John, and Bob, and we talked about gossiping over washing lines, or it was originally over hedges, I think, and we scrapped that. We thought washing lines would be better, and it's all about laundry. So, and I just built it from there. You know, I had loads of ideas. I mean, I was just pounding ideas, and they just seemed to love it. And Bob says, "Keep going."
I love it. And at
Um,
what point did you go, I want Rosie Ash to grab a towel?
Yeah, that was funny. And then they do the clump going up and down, and Rosie singing a top Z before she does that. But she used to go against everybody. It used to make me cry for it, you know, sometimes. She used to go totally get that. I said, don't matter, Rosie, you're in the middle. But she was brilliant. And then we just taught it, and then we just built a canon because a canon is an amazing thing. I know it's simple, but a clump and a canon, you know, it's a great finisher to a number.
It's that thing like I can't remember who said it, but how do you make people on Broadway cry? We should just get a line of people kicking.
Oh.
It's
when Step in Time, when we did the line, kick line is Step in Time, audience mental, England, nothing. I mean, yeah, I mean they do appreciate, but they're different to Americans. So.
Yeah, definitely. Is there any particular story that you can remember from Witches of Eastwick, whether it be in a tech rehearsal or watching the show, where you can just remember like a particular experience?
I just remember watching Dirty Laundry for the first time with the costume, you know, Bob Crowley, who's a genius, and, you know, the set. And it was just a bit overwhelming for me because at the same time, I was doing tech for that, and I was doing tech for my version of Singing in the Rain at the National. I was doubling up that came from Leeds. So I was everywhere, but it was fabulous. So I was just overwhelmed by it, and it was just a joyous bit. And, you know, my only other memory, you know, of Witches was Ian McShane being a pain in the arse. But that's the only bad thing I've got to take from it. The rest was fantastic.
Oh, I think there is a definitely. I can remember rewatching the documentary. He did say that he doesn't dance, but he controls the dancing. He said
it wasn't that. He was just a nightmare. But anyway, we'll forget that. I don't have to work with him again. So,
Stephen, Acre Antiques again. There's just hit after. I mean, I can't tell you. Obsessed is not the word. I'm obsessed with this show.
Well, it's amazing.
Brilliant. It is incredible to the point where I was working the Olivier Awards. I was backstage, and Jenna Boyd, who was in Come From Away, I had to chaperone her somewhere. I went, "Are you me? Are you me?" And she went,
me.
"What?" I went, "Are you me?" And she was like,
"Do the whole sketch."
What? She was like, "Yeah, but yeah." Be that incredible show. First of all, I had to thank you because I was up for an audition at college for the Hot Mikado.
All right.
And I couldn't tap. Doll, Stephen Mear, I learned tit tap top. Got the part. She's a winner.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, excellent.
How was it teaching? First of all, Victoria Wood. I know she it's very close to you, of course.
Yeah.
But being in that room with her, how was it? And how and Trevor Nunn and
I mean, Trevor I'd worked with before, so I knew Trevor. I mean, I just think he's God. So I think he's a genius and just so wonderful to me. Vic was just amazing. She's just one of these people. She doesn't say much. If she don't like you, you know. If she likes you, I don't know. You're just normal with her. She was just amazing, and we just became the closest. I never would have dreamt in a million years, you know. But it was just fabulous to see how she worked. I mean, you can't miss a word out. And I said, God, you're really, if they miss it or, and she said, Stephen, if you were doing a tap rhythm, you'd soon pick somebody up for losing a rhythm. And I thought, fair dues. You know, things like that should be great. She was just a genius. And then there was
And then
Julie.
obviously a side note from this, you were in a Victoria Wood sketch. Now,
Yeah.
I don't care. That is huge. That is history.
I know. And at the time I said to her, because we'd become good friends by then, and I was going to choreograph the Barry and Fridas anyway, and I
Yes.
choreographed into choreographing everything she did. And I just said, oh, do you think, I've not danced for ages, Vic. Do you think it'll be funny? And she was at piano learning and she just went, funny. That's all she said. So I thought, yeah, I'll do it. I've done it. And I'm so pleased I did it to this day. Now I'm thrilled.
Stephen, I want to know what it was like. Obviously, I'm sure I've heard other things and read interviews you've done before talking about teaching choreography to the national, and they're all actors, as you put it. So when it comes to teaching Celia Emery and Sally Triplett, she can do it with her eyes closed. And Julie Walters, Tip Tap Top. Wow. Where do you start?
Well, actually, Julie was a bit of a problem with me. I love her, gorgeous. But she'd had such a bad time on stepping out. She said the choreographer was so horrible. She said he used to rate them numbers to like Liza 10 and her on 1. Serious. She told this on Parkinson. And so we had to gain her trust from us. But when she knew we were there to trust her, she was just good. I mean, it's horrible if you've been through. And you have to gain people's trust who can't dance. I love getting actors to dance. I love getting characters to move. It's one of my favourite things. And I love doing it. I will never make an actor look stupid. I've always promised. And that's one thing I will promise them. But yeah, she was not tough, but just a bit. But when she took, I mean, of course, she's another big friend now. But I mean, at the time, it was hard for her because she had bad memories from stepping out. But of course, she was a genius. I mean, she would actually fall asleep at the side on the sofa and jump up to do a cue all of a sudden. And Vic would say that's why she wrote it in a lot of the sketches. For like Mrs. Owen. Just, it's just brilliant. I mean, it was just masterclass in comedy. Celia was a dancer anyway, so I just loved her. And she never, ever let me go. This is how I love Celia. She would never let me go in her dressing room without she had a tape machine. And I'd say, she calls me her best showbiz pal. She'd say, I'm not going to go, who is it? And she'd go, Stephen, wait a minute. And she'd play Ethel Merman, No Business Like Show Business. Every time I ever went in the dressing room, but it used to make me hysterical because you take tape, draw, tape, and it's just be hysterical.
Incredible. Stephen, there's a couple of questions that I've got to ask you about this. Right. So, was it your idea? Did you set the bows?
What, in Acorn?
Acorn Antiques.
Yeah.
So was it your idea or Julie's idea or Victoria's idea to come on from the wrong side?
Vic's.
Oh God. It's so clever.
I know. All things. She was a genius, ridiculously. They were all funny though. They all used to do things that they would grab and Trevor he was just lapping it up. I mean, I remember him in a tech on the mic going, could Celia, Sally, and Duncan please get stuck in the doorway? And you're just being serious about some comedy stuff that was going on, and we'd sit there howling. But it was just an amazing comedy masterclass for me. Yes. It's the best thing ever. Yeah.
I think one of my favourite moments in that show is the absolute genius of making Celia Emery dance on her own to a duet.
Yes, I know. We just found it funny. I think it happened by accident as well. I think that happened by accident, and we just made us laugh, so we kept it in. That's how things happen. We used to laugh every day. I would spend laughing at the same things every day, but howling hysterically.
What I think is, as someone who, I mean, we all know those amateur people. We know being. I do amateur. I love it. But at the start of the show, I know that woman. I know that woman. I know that woman. So when it's like Act 1 and you're doing like Les Mis meets Cafe Continental, it is the smoke machine.
And Trevor letting us do the Les Mis walk forward and back because we built the barricade with antiques. But I thought, dare I ask him? And I went, he went, yes, just do it. And so that was funny. But the funniest thing I have to say that I recall from that rehearsal, when we did Tip Tap Top, and Julie comes on and she taps dances, and her hemorrhoids kick in. As we're singing about getting faster, her hemorrhoids slowed the number down. But we weren't sure, do we go with her or do we keep the pace going? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But they decided to go with Julie to keep the pace, but we were singing faster, and I have never laughed so much in a room that I couldn't even see because we were crying, but it just worked, and it was a one-off thing, and we kept it. But it was brilliant.
It was, and that show, thankfully, another show that is on DVD for people like me who didn't get to see it, can see this incredible. I mean,
I forgot how good it was when I watched it again. I go, oh God, yeah,
masterpiece.
Yeah,
You have done, again, Stephen, I've got to miss so much out, but you've done some incredible work. I mean, one of the last things you did before all this crap happened was you were doing City of Angels.
Oh God, damn, yes, it's brilliant.
which was at the Dunmar and then was moved to the Garrick, and I had 3 sets of tickets.
Did you?
I couldn't wait
to see
it.
Did you see it at the Dunmar?
No, never got a chance. You could get a ticket. Do you know who I am? No, I catch you. For someone who didn't get to see someone who hopefully will get to see this production, what is so special about it?
You know what? It's at the time when it came out, I think it was ahead of its time. So, but people knew the songs and fell in love with the music, which is amazing. And but now we've got all that technology. I mean, Josie Rourke, for one, is a genius as a director. But it's staged all the way through. It's not like big numbers. It's totally choreographed all the way through, which is amazing for me. And it's just fabulous. The technology of the black and white and the, and the noir, all that noir look at it's fabulous. And then you've got the color and the characters playing to you. It's just genius. It's hard to explain. You have to see it. And of course, we had a cast of gold, which was and they were fantastic. And I was desperate for it to get on. I mean, we'd done previews.
Yeah.
We were just about to open. And lo and behold, and everybody was, and it was first class, really classy production. It will happen. I know it will.
Definitely. I hope so. Right, Stephen, I'm going to give you women's names, and you're going to have to give me one word to describe them. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Victoria Wood.
Genius.
Sherry Renee Scott.
Cuckoo.
Vanessa Williams.
Oh, elegant.
Sarah Lancashire.
Amazing.
Julie Walters.
Stunning.
Brenda Edwards.
Genius.
Hannah Wadding.
Stunning. Hannah is stunning. Yeah.
Sally Ann Triplett.
Brilliant.
Alison Jerry.
Ridiculous voice. That's 2 words, but sorry.
Imelda Staunton.
Phenomenal.
Glenn Close.
Breathtaking.
And Anna Jane Casey.
Oh, triple threat.
Right, I have somehow magically got this theatre, and you are allowed to put on one big ensemble number. Out of these ensemble numbers, you get to choose each one. Either Blow Gabriel Blow, Hefty Hideaway, Tip Tap Top, Tap Your Troubles Away even, Sit Down and Rock in the Boat, Lullaby of Broadway, Lambeth Walk, Hello Dolly, and Another Little Victory.
Oh my God, that is hard. Do you know what I do? I do Tap Your Troubles Away.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, I literally made poor Anna J. Casey through the kitchen sink at her. And literally, she was stunning all the way through it. I mean, amazing. Never said no. She was just, I mean, what she did, I don't know many women that could do what she did.
It is, and luckily, there's, I mean, I don't think it's exactly your choreography, but it's on the proms, and it's just incredible.
No, that's not mine, but that's fantastic as well.
Yeah.
You should see, I mean, she's just dancing there and singing. We were throwing her about and everything. Our version. It's ridiculous. But she was just sensational.
In a little black bob and a red hat.
Yes.
Stephen, what's your favourite show?
Anything Goes that I choreographed at the National with Trevor Nunn, because it was the most. Because I was starting up, and it was Trevor's last show at the National. I didn't think he was going to go with a new choreographer. To work with Anthony Powell's design, I mean, they were all amazing. And I was treated. I couldn't wait to get to work. 6 weeks of rehearsal. I was giving them notes on eyelashes by the end. But it was just the most amazing experience. And had such great recognition and really put me on the map, and I'm forever grateful. I mean, I've done loads of shows that I could put up there with them, but that's the one that I have the biggest. Yeah, I think it's my best work.
I think it's really nice at the moment that obviously, not that I agree with it to some extent, but I think it must have been filmed properly. But there's a really gorgeous video of the entire Blow Gabriel Glow. I can't even speak, Stephen. Blow Gabriel Glow by Sally Ann Tiffany.
That's great. Oh God,
You're the car.
Anything Goes at the end of Act 1 was the first time I personally have ever received standing, not me, but the company received a standing ovation, and that kind of took me by. I'd never seen that happen in an English audience before, so that was a wonderful thing for me.
I mean, it's just brilliant. The best night that you've spent in a theatre, either watching, in a show, or backstage?
I'd say watching Glenn Close on Broadway do Sunset, because that was just ridiculous. I've never seen queues longer for the men's toilets and men in fur coats and men in fur coats and turbans. I've never seen so many. It's like I landed somewhere and I didn't get the invite right properly. It was amazing. It was ridiculous. She stopped the show as soon as she walked on. I mean, it was bonkers. I mean, I've had a lot of fabulous nights where, you know.
And going back to that standing ovation, I mean, I remember seeing Glenn Close and at the the Royal Opera House, and I can remember she did the first song she did, which was With One Look, standing ovation, and then Never Say Goodbye, standing ovation. I was like, are we? What is? Yeah. I've never known an audience be so anticipating.
Well, can you imagine an American audience, all the gays, and look, just watching it, they were like, I thought we were never going to get started. Never mind anything else. But it was an amazing atmosphere to be in. So.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely, definitely. What's your most unpopular musical theatre opinion?
Most unpopular? What do you mean? Like,
So for me, I respect it, I understand it. It's what it does to an audience, how special it is to people, what it represents. But to me, I don't get Hamilton, Stephen.
Don't you? See, I loved Hamilton. I don't know. I don't really have seen anything that I'm sure I have. But I don't know really.
It's okay, Stephen. Obviously, you live in a good place.
I'll yell out in about 5 minutes. So
what's one musical right now that needs reviving?
Kiss of the Spider Woman, Grand Hotel. That's 2. So I'd say it.
Absolutely. I mean,
again, both of them. So there you go.
I think that, Kiss of a Spider. Oh gosh, I got so excited because the Menier Chocolate Factory did Kiss of a Spider Woman. I was about to book tickets and it was a play. I was like, I thought it was the musical. Hot or cold, Stephen?
Hot.
Walk or run?
Walk. Dance
or sing?
Dance.
Give or receive?
Give.
Meat or veg?
Meat.
Night in or night out?
Night in.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Play or musical?
Musical.
Lily Savage or RuPaul?
Lily Savage.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Beyonce or Celine?
Beyonce.
Hugs or kisses?
Hugs.
Day or night?
Night.
Sondheim or Weber?
Sondheim.
Peters or Lapone?
Oh, God.
Lapone. Stephen, what's the best performance that you've ever seen live from a singular person?
See, I've got a couple. Judi Dench in Little Night Music was amazing. Glenn, I'll always get him older. But Tracy Bennett in
End of the Rainbow.
End of the Rainbow. I mean, I know Tracy really well. I know it was a play more than a musical, but I went to see that, and I've known her for years. And I actually came out thinking, God, Tracy, it was like watching somebody I didn't know. And I just thought she was sensational. So that was the biggest. I've come out and gone, ooh, I'm really quite emotional about it, you know. Yeah. But yeah.
And did you ever get to see her in Maine?
No, I didn't get to see her.
Oh, again, brilliant. Go to shower song. Do you dance or sing in the shower?
Yeah. Sorry. Heaven Must Be Missing an Angel, because that's one of my favourite songs.
Lovely. Dream show to choreograph.
Grand Hotel. I'm only allowed one, aren't I?
You can have two, Stephen. I'm not the BBC
Kiss
fan.
and
You can have
Spider
you one.
Grand Hotel. I'd like to get my hands on.
Yeah, definitely. Biggest on-stage mishap that you've seen or you've done?
I've seen somebody's dress fall down, and in 42nd. Well, actually, I'll tell you mine. 42nd Street. We were in Lullaby Broadway. We were all on that staircase, and I was really working big. Put my hands through a girl's wig in front of me on the step below. Took it off in my hands, going, "Come along, come on along," and the wig was in my hand, and I threw it off. So now this poor cow in front of me had this wig cap on,
Snatched.
and she couldn't get off because she was halfway up the stairs, and I was mortified. It took her a few seconds to clock, and my fingers just went straight through. Calm, and wig on hand with that attached. Yeah, that's probably the worst. I felt mortified for it. I couldn't apologise enough.
Oh my gosh. Go-to cast album right now. Do you listen to musical theatre when you're not in it or directing it?
Yeah, I do. But I love listening to Dreamgirls.
Yeah,
I love
brilliant. Original or London?
Original. I like both, but I love the original.
Definitely. Favourite sweet?
Sorry, say that again.
Favourite sweet?
I'd say a Mars bar.
Favourite month of the year?
February, it's my birthday.
Favourite sound?
Favourite sound? A baby laughing.
Favourite smell?
Baby.
Favourite drink?
Vodka.
Baby jam? No.
Baby vodka.
Vodka. Favourite movie?
My favourite movie would be Hello, Dolly.
Absolutely. And of course, again, I can't talk, but we can. We did that incredible production at the Open Air Theatre.
I loved it. Oh my God. Sam Spiro. Oh, another stunner that I get to work with.
Absolutely incredible. Me and you, Stephen, in a time machine, you can go and pick to see any show ever made ever on the front row. What are we seeing and why?
Oh my God. I would probably love to see, I think I'd probably like to see the original Sunset, because I never got to see it.
With Lapone or Glenn?
Lapone. I'd like to see Lapone do it.
Yeah, completely.
You know, because I'd heard it and I'd listened to it. So I never got to see her do it, which I would have loved to have got to see her do it.
Definitely. I think, and then for the matinee, well, for the evening we're going to see Patty, and then for the matinee.
And the original chorus line when it was very first done.
Yes.
That I'd killed when it was off Broadway. I would have killed to have seen that.
Yeah. It's just incredible. But okay, so now we're seeing 3 shows in one day. But I'll take you to see Barbara Streisand in Funny Girl. There you go.
Oh,
that's what we'll do.
Oh my God! Of course, yeah, of course.
Stephen, Stephen, I am so honoured that you've done this with me today and chatted with me.
Thank you.
You are, besides, I'm not going to look at you. You are an absolute. Your theatrical history. Everybody who knows you says what a lovely human you are. It's just brilliant to chat to you. Long may you reign. I can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you. Thanks ever so much for asking me. That's lovely.
You're Stephen Mear. Remember, 2-time Olivier Award winner, Tony nominee. Anybody else know him? Last question for you. Here you go, Stephen. What would be the name of your autobiography?
A Mere Step in Time.
That is the best one yet.
Stephen
Mear.
My sister did it, mentioned it, because the people have asked me to start writing things, but you know, we'll see.
Oh my gosh, I'm speechless. That's perfect. Stephen Mear, you are a joy. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you so much for doing this today. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.